Today, we tell a precise, evidence based story about a rare kind of cyber incident. An insider at one of the world's top security companies. In November 2025, CrowdStrike confirmed it terminated a suspicious insider who shared screenshots of internal systems. Those images later appeared on Telegram, posted by a group using the brand Scattered Lapsus Hunters. You will see how this incident unfolded, how it was detected, what was claimed by the threat actors, what CrowdStrike confirmed, and how this connects to a wider campaign against cloud and SaaS targets. Stay with me. We will move step by step and in very simple language. Welcome to Decode the Hacks. So, here are the facts. CrowdStrike told reporters it identified and terminated a suspicious insider after an internal investigation found he shared pictures of his computer screen externally. The screenshots then appeared on Telegram, where a cybercrime brand called Scattered Lapsus Hunters published them. CrowdStrike stated clearly their systems were not breached. Customer data remained protected. The company cut off the insider's access and referred the case to law enforcement. The actors on Telegram made extra claims. They said they could buy access and obtain SSO cookies, but these claims were not confirmed by CrowdStrike. In simple terms, we have confirmed screenshots from an insider and we have unverified claims from the threat group. CrowdStrike says the insider was detected through an internal investigation. The company did not share deep technical details publicly, which is normal while an investigation is onward. What we do know is that they linked suspicious behavior to an employee workstation and terminated the user's access promptly. After the termination, the screenshots still appeared on Telegram. That sequence is important. It means the public release came after CrowdStrike took action. Based on a company's statement, the response was quick enough to prevent a wider compromise. For viewers, the key lesson is this. Insider incidents are often found not by one magic alert, but by multiple signals, a pattern of behavior that looks unusual. CrowdStrike statements confirm they found the activity, acted, and then handed the matter to law enforcement. CrowdStrike did not disclose the insider's identity or role. In public statements, the insider was referred to as he. The screenshots posted online showed internal dashboards and a link to an Okta single sign on panel tool used by employees to reach internal applications. From what's public, we can say the insider had legitimate internal access, at least enough to view and capture those screens. There is no evidence in public reporting that he had elevated privileges beyond that. There is also no evidence of customer data exfiltration from CrowdStrike's systems tied to this incident. We stick to what is known. A legitimate user captured and shared screen images. The company detected it, terminated access, and contacted authorities. The group on Telegram claimed they offered the insider $25,000. They also claimed they received SSO authentication cookies. These statements were reported by BleepingComputer and Security Week. CrowdStrike, however, confirmed only that screenshots were shared and that the company was not breached. It is important to say this clearly. The payment and cookie claims come from the threat actors and were not verified by CrowdStrike. That matters. Criminals often inflate their capabilities to create fear and gain attention. In this case, the company's public position stayed firm. No breach of systems, no customer impact, and access was already terminated when the claims surfaced. Scattered Lapsus Hunters is a public facing brand that mixes names and reputations linked to Scattered Spider, Lapsus, and ShinyHunters. Trustwave Spider Labs track this as an umbrella brand used on Telegram. Posts under this brand have pushed extortion, and publicity claims and have promoted attacks against cloud and SaaS environments. The financial motive is clear: steal data, pressurize victims, and demand payments. In 2025, this brand and associated attackers focused heavily on Salesforce customers and third party integrations. Multiple companies reported the data theft, and the actors ran a leak site to amplify pressure. Note: brand claims and actual operators behind a channel do not always match. What matters here is how they communicate, what they publish, and how victims respond. Think of this as a blend of skills and methods, from scattered spider, initial access through help desk, and social engineering. This is consistent with CISA advisories and industry reporting, from lapses, insider recruitment, and targeting of source code and identities. The US Cyber Safety Review Board and vendor blogs have detailed their tactics since 2022. From ShinyHunters, large-scale data theft, and high-pressure extortion campaigns. Trustwave Spider Labs assessed that this looks more like a federated brand and public performance than a formal single group. That nuance matters. The label changes, the pressure tactics repeat, the tools are flexible. The goal is still money and attention. Across public reporting and agency advisories, we see a pattern: social engineering by phone, called wishing, spear phishing, MFA fatigue, and SIM swaps to capture or reset access; identity abuse in the cloud, OAuth apps consent tricks, token misuse, and session or cookie theft claims; use of legitimate remote monitoring and management tools, RMM, for persistence, plus living off the land to blend in; outcomes: data theft for extortion, public leak sites, and press campaigns to shape perception. CISA's July 29, 2025 update on Scattered Spider details many of these techniques and shows how quickly attackers change their methods when defenders adapt. The lesson: identity and help desk processes are now prime targets. The actors on Telegram claim they used Gainsight to breach CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike said this was false. The company stated its systems were never compromised and that the incident was limited to an insider sharing screenshots. In parallel, there really were Salesforce and Gainsight related attacks in 2025, affecting many companies, as reported by TechCrunch, Security Week, and others. But those are separate from CrowdStrike's internal security posture in this case. So for this incident, insider screenshots confirmed. CrowdStrike's system breach via Gainsight denied by the company. It is common for the threat actors to mix true facts with false claims to increase pressure and build their brand. Now let's set a clear timeline from public statements. October 2025, CrowdStrike says it terminated the insider last month, relative to November 21 coverage. November 21, 2025, Telegram posts show screenshots said to be from CrowdStrike's internal dashboard. November 21, 2025, CrowdStrike confirms the insider's termination, denies any breach, and says customers remain protected. The company says the case was referred to law enforcement. November 21st to 24, 2025, media outlets add the attacker's payment and cookie claims remain unverified by CrowdStrike. This timeline shows early detection, quick access termination, and then public claims by the threat actor. The sequence supports CrowdStrike's position that containment came before the public release of screenshots. The public evidence shows screenshots. Media described internal dashboard and a link to an SSO panel, typical for an employee's view into corporate applications. There were no public examples showing source code or customer data from CrowdStrike tied to this particular event. Screenshots can still be sensitive. A single image might reveal internal system names, paths, or links, but on their own images do not prove full network control or persistence. In this case, CrowdStrike says it had already terminated access before the public post appeared. That sequence helps reduce risk and limits follow-up damage. From what is public, we can point to three things: the Telegram post, the screenshot artifacts, and CrowdStrike's statement that an internal investigation linked the behavior to an insider and led to access termination. CrowdStrike did not publish indicator of compromise for a network breach because the company says there was no breach of its systems. That means we cannot show a hash list, IP sets, or malware path for this incident at CrowdStrike. And that is a good thing. The detection path here was insider focused. The main forensic signals was human behavior, the act of capturing and sharing images rather than malware or an external intrusion chip. While CrowdStrike was not breached, 2025 did see a wave of attacks against organizations via Salesforce-related integrations, including Gainsight. Reporting from Google's threat intelligence team, TechCrunch, and Security Week explained how voice phishing and OAuth consent tricks helped actors gain access to data in cloud environments. Some victims were named on extortion sites. Others issued statements to deny claims or to clarify their own findings. This context matters because the same brand identity, Scattered Lapsus Hunters, was active in both the public leak channels and the broader Salesforce campaigns. It shows how reputations, names, and tactics can cross over multiple operations at once. Here is the clean flow based on public facts and actor claims. Step 1. Outreach or recruitment. Actors approach a potential insider. Step 2. The insider shares screenshots. Step 3. The actors ask for SSO cookies and more access. This is their claim, not confirmed by CrowdStrike. Step 4. CrowdStrike detects the insider activity. Step 5. The company terminates access. Step 6. Public claims appear on Telegram, mixing facts and allegations. Step 7. The company refers the case to law enforcement. This flow is simple but powerful. It shows how quickly small leaks can evolve and how fast and strong internal response can limit the damage. This is company's key message. Our systems were never compromised and customers remain protected throughout. That is the line CrowdStrike gave to BleepingComputer and TechCrunch on November 21st, 2025. The company also said it had identified and terminated a suspicious insider and had referred the case to law enforcement. For customers and industry, this matters. A quick confidence statement supported by internal evidence helps reduce fear, stop rumors, and set a baseline for the record. It also sets a standard for incident communication. Be fast, be accurate, and separate actor claims from verified facts. CrowdStrike says the case was turned over to relevant law enforcement agencies. At the time of reporting, the insider's identity and any charges were not public. This handoff is important. It supports accountability and may deter future recruitment efforts. It also signals the company believes a crime was committed. For viewers, note how the process works. The company detects, contains, documents, and then transfer the case to law enforcement agencies. This chain of custody helps keep the response professional and focused on the facts. This case shows three truths. First, insider recruitment is active and fast. Criminals now offer quick cash for small artifacts like screenshots and SSO cookies. Second, low privilege users can still create high impact risk in cloud and SSO first environments. A single image or token can guide attackers towards the next step. Third, public leak channels shape perception. Claims spread quickly and can pressure victims even when those claims are exaggerated. Security teams should treat identity workflows, help desk processes, and session security as high priority controls. Training and culture matter, so do monitoring fast onboarding, and strong incident communication. Here are practical steps aligned with public guidance and what we learned. Monitor insider behavior and session anomalies across SaaS and SSO. Enforce least privilege and run regular access review. Use phishing resistant MFA, for example, FIDO, to resist vishing, SIM swaps, and push fatigue. Protect help desk workflows. Verify identity, resets, record changes, and watch for social engineering. Consider screenshot controls, watermarking, and logging on sensitive consoles. Evaluate DLP for images. Prepare communications in advance. When claims appear, answer quickly with facts. Coordinate with law enforcement when crime indicators are present. This incident ended with a rapid detection and no customer impact, according to the company. That is a strong outcome and a model for others to follow. Thank you for watching Decode the Hacks. And remember, stay safe, stay smart, and stay secure. See you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to watch more such videos.